Hello! We have round 4 of the I5 team tournament, and it is my Kaelyssa list. I finally get a chance to put her on the table. Dropping into Scorn, and it is Xekaar with a bunch of beasts and a turtle. So I'm going to ambush my infiltrators. I go first. I put Blur up on the infiltrators because I imagine they're going to possibly be in that turtle's face, and it'd be nice if there's just no chance of them being shot. And I put Banishing Ward on the Mage Hunter Strike Force since they're farther forward, and I expect him to put the spell that it's an upkeep. You put it on a model unit, and if that model unit moves into your control range, you get to make a move with another modder, with one of your models. It's a pretty decent spell, and Banishing Ward completely prevents that. I can also, and I mentioned this to my opponent, if he puts that spell on a model unit, I can put Banishing Ward on my model unit and get rid of his spell since it's an upkeep, so that it just doesn't occur. So there's some good counterplay there. I'm going to spread my Strike Force way out, and I'm going to get a little ways up the board, be out of all threat ranges, and just be ready for him to come forward. Xekaar has an amazing feat, and he also has Agonizers and a Krea. I can ignore the Krea with Blessed, but I cannot ignore the Agonizers. So we'll see how I handle that. I actually haven't even decided at this point. Yeah, he just comes romping and stomping up the board, and he pops feet. So this game, for me, feels like my job roles of my units and models can be won if I define those job roles for the model and units. The Mage Hunter Strike Force aren't going to do a whole lot unless I do massive CRAs, but they're not going to do a whole lot to the beasts on the charge or with their guns. I can get one straight dice roll against one beast with the whole unit if I really want to. Kind of unimpressive. So my thoughts are with his feat turn, some of them are going to have minus rack because they're going to be in his control range when they activate. I want to shoot down the Agonizers and maybe the Krea and some beast standards. I want to snipe out his support, and then I want to get all my infiltrators out of there, put my Mage Hunter Strike Force in to grab territory, because once the Agonizers are dead, and the support's dead, they don't have that much of a role in this game. Besides just to get in the way, be bodies, be defense 14. He doesn't have any hit fixers, and most everything in here is mat 6 and mat 7. So he's going to have a hard time chewing through it all. Shield Guard is on the Sentry, and his beasts have hyper aggressive. So anything, I want to do some shooting on his feat turn, but if I do, I don't want him coming forward more than he has to, because I'm taking a big step back with my infiltrators because I don't want to lose them. I feel they're very valuable for cracking armor in this matchup, especially once the Agonizers are gone. So Banshee shoots the Sentry, since it's going to get shield guarded anyways, no matter what I shoot. And then Hydra puts another shot into the Sentry, and I get a little bit of ship damage done on it. Kaelyssa is going to come forward and pop feet, and I'm going to just keep all my infiltrators safe and make things a little bit difficult for him to get any real work done. And that's more or less what this looks like. I shoot out all the Agonizers. I don't shoot out the Krea. And the Sentry's knocked down with some damage on it. And the Mage Hunter Strike Force is just up there and in the way. All my infiltrators are spread out and back and ready to come in and kill stuff. Because I didn't actually feel like I could get any work done that last turn. But now I think it's time. I can either assassinate him next turn or go for a strong attrition play. And so his move is he just comes forward and he kills a bunch of things. He doesn't really know what to do because of my feet. A good chunk of the board, only this corner over here and this corner over here are not in feet. So he has a hard time getting places because trampling just doesn't allow much, because you want to be using your initials and boosting them all to just guaranteed mow through Strike Force. But I mean, he just doesn't have much to grab. So, I mean, he takes what he can, and he kills some Strike Force and clears things out. Turtle comes forward. And now I feel like I'm in a good position, because this Cannoneer is a little bit of a problem with the AoEs, which is why this whole left side was light, because it was a counter deploy with my advanced deployment against the Cannoneer. So the job role of the infiltrators, crack some armor. All these infiltrators are going to ambush in and try and kill that Cannoneer. I don't know what to do about that bronze back. I do know what to do about this Gladiator. Banshee's going to kill it to refuge to safety. And infiltrators are going to try and kill that turtle. I'm going to have to ignore the Sentry for now. I'll probably put a model in its way to be annoying. And this bronze back, I'm just going to have to get in the way and try and be annoying. So what actually happens there in that plan is I get about 7 infiltrators charge on that Cannoneer. I don't roll very good on the damage rolls. A lot of dice off 5s that just don't create much at all. Over here on this turtle, with all 10 infiltrators committed doing combo strike at dice split off 6, there was a lot of damage rolls that didn't even break armor. I rolled a lot of floppy dice. But that's okay, because his next turn, he rolls a lot of floppy dice. Like, he just can't hit crap next turn. On boosted dice, he not hitting the 8s he needs. But yeah, so this Gladiator gets weakened quite a bit, doesn't quite die because dice are a little bit floppy. And then this turtle is also almost dead. Dice are a little bit floppy. But I've got my 2 super solos in the wings, and also Kaelyssa. Eris deadly shots the turtle to do the 3 damage it needs to kill it. I felt pretty good about that. Narn is going to charge that Gladiator, and with his 2 weapon master attacks, he does the damage he needs to kill it. And then I put Narn into that Sentry, and I put Eris right in front of Hydra, so it's a harder time for the Gladiator to get to Hydra. Yep. And that Cannoneer on the left just lives. I could have gone for an assassination run here. Banshee's already engaged, which kind of makes things a little bit difficult. Also, I didn't know for sure if I was going to be able to hit and kill Xekaar. This just felt like the safer attrition play to make. If I lose, if I don't get the assassination run, I've got 2 beasts right in front of Kaelyssa. Also, I would need Phantom Hunter on both the Hydra and the Banshee. It didn't feel like the right play, because I could pull some of that Fury off, but what happens when I miss? The Krea is also up, which is affecting... I mean, I could probably shoot it dead with Strike Force. I think I actually do that anyways. I think I do shoot the Krea dead with Strike Force, and I shoot some Whippy Boys. It didn't feel right. He's camping too much. So yeah. Oh, no, I didn't shoot the Krea dead. I just shot all the Whippy Boys dead. Yeah, that's my little powwow camp around where the turtle used to be. I'm scoring that right zone. I didn't need Kaelyssa, so I made the safe move, and I ran her all the way over there just in case something happens and the bronze back gets to her, or the Sentry gets to her. I didn't know. I felt like the safe play was just get her out of there. I feel great on attrition. I'm going to start scoring the right side, and I'm going to start scoring the left side once that Cannoneer's dead. His turn, it's round 4. We're in the fun bracket. Things aren't going too great. He's not feeling too good. So he just decides to make some dice rolls and boost a whole bunch of attacks against some stuff. Put the bronze back into Hydra. He fails on the to kill the Hydra. Just dice say no, which is really, really sad. He mortality'd this unit. Oh, that's why. He mortality'd the Strike Force unit. And then the bronze back trampled all over them all to Hydra. And then bought 4 attacks against Hydra. Those 4 attacks didn't kill Hydra, which actually isn't that surprising. Cannoneer killed some things. Sentry killed Narn, but missed. He had really bad dice. There's some bad dice all around for him on this turn. Just nothing got done. So this is what it looks like now. My turn. I'm going to finish off the Cannoneer, score that left zone, put a whole bunch of infiltrators into the Shaman, into the Krea, shoot the Krea with Strike Force, run infiltrators, just flood that zone all around Xekaar. Narn's going to kill some stuff. Banshee's going to go over there and beat on that Sentry and kill it. Hydra lost his generator, so he's going to try and pick up and throw the bronze back just out of here, just like chuck it off the map. It wriggles out of my grasp because it's a strength 15 and Hydra's a strength 10. So even though he only has 1 dice and I have 2 dice, it's not the greatest. I mean, it's still doable, but it's not that great of odds, which I didn't quite realize when I got to that point. But yeah, looking pretty good for me here. I'm now scoring the left zone and the right zone. I'm going way up on scenario. And also he killed my objective at one point. I'm flooding into here all over Xekaar. I've got infiltrators all over the place. So at this point, he just decides to concede because I've pretty much got the whole board. And yeah, that's that. This was an interesting game for me, more so in job roles. I didn't do things with the Mage Hunter Strike Force that they weren't designed to do. I didn't charge them into Beasts. They're not meant to be charged into Beasts. I didn't do. They can do big 10-man CRAs if they're really critical, but they really want to be shooting the things that you love and hold dear. The Paingivers, the Kreas, the Agonizers, the support models. They want to be getting in the way and being annoying and delivering the infiltrators. In some games, they're just like, oh, you've got a whole bunch of defense 13, armor 13 steelheads. Let me remove, 15 of them a turn or something like that. Let me just plink off 10 of them. Sometimes that's what they want to do. Sometimes that's their role in the game. In this game, I feel like I chose the correct role for them, and it really helped me get on the path of success. I chose the correct role for the infiltrators. It was armor cracking, and Banshee and Hydra did a good job shooting and then in melee when the time came. Everything was contested. Everything was spread out. There was no real good trample landing zones he was looking for him. Usually when you've got a whole bunch of infantry like that and some robust heavy beasts, you want to just trample over all the little armor 11 dudes because their strength's just going to kill them. You just have to hit them, land mortality, and kill them. But there wasn't opportunities like that. And that's also, it's not the most optimized Xekaar list. It's basically the battle box and then add on a turtle and some other stuff. But there's a good lesson here in understanding what the job is of everything in the army and doing what is necessary to put those units and models in position to succeed. I didn't think the Strike Force was as important, so they became my throwaway contest models. Narn, Eris, Infiltrators, Banshee, Hydra, they all pulled back. I realized I wasn't going to do anything on my feat turn. I needed to give something away. I viewed them as valuable. I pulled them all back, and I popped my own feat. Also, when it comes to defensive feats, typically whoever pops their defensive feat second is going to win. And that's because while the first defensive feat is up, not much gets done. Second defensive feat is up, not much gets done. But then the second defensive feat guy gets to attack first where it matters, if that makes any sense at all. Kaelyssa's defensive feat is good at preventing alphas. It's not good really for once you're in the cut, but it is pretty good for preventing alphas, and that's more or less what happened. Well, yeah, thank you guys, and let me know what you think.